Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautoresto.com. Our camera person is away, so basically what I'd like to do is share with you, we're going to do a brief walk around. This is the nice Volkswagen oval window that we're doing a total pan-off, ground-up restoration on. And in a previous video we shared with you where we're doing quite a bit of metal work, metal fabrication. So now we have virtually all of the metal work is now done or replaced. So now we're just getting ready to basically epoxy. So we're going to apply a two-part black epoxy to seal all the metals. So you can see our front apron. Earlier video we showed you where we had done quite a bit of work. It was involved in a collision, and there's a lot of work that was done, poor repairs I should say. So now we have the new nose, the front wheel well, that lower wheel well. So we're on the passenger side front. So there's been lots of metal work done there, and you can see we have all of the grinding cleaned off. And then in here we have our firewall. We still have quite a bit of work to do. You can still see the label for the firewall, and then you can see where we've got quite a bit of work done on the inside. So this is underneath the hood area where the spare tire sits in. You can see where that the new pieces are put in, and then in the front here, as I turn around, we can see that front area where we had to do some repairs. And then as we come up where the fuel tank would sit in this basic area here, and as we move up a little bit, you can see in the wheel well area here where the speedometer cable will go through. It was corroded there, so we've basically cut all that metal out that was rusted, made a new piece, drilled the proper holes, and repaired that. And then you can see the driver's front, same idea as the passenger front. We have the new wheel well, the new front section, the new rear section. So extensive amount of metal work, and it's very, very common on the older Beetles. This is an oval window. You can see where we've got quite a bit of work. Weld repair has been done. Very common once again in the lower windshield area. We can see we have all new metal put in there that we've made the pieces for. And then as we come across the roof line and then down on the passenger side, you can see once again we've got all new metal. We've cut away all the rusted stuff and put new metal in there. And you can see where we have all the metal sanded quite nicely and cleaned up. Same thing on the top, the roof and the rail. You can see where we have all of the prep work done on the roof. And then as we come down onto into the front in the dash area, once again, very common area is this lower hinge post. And you can see where we've cut away. It was all rusted, and we've removed all of that, welded in the new piece. And then as we come into the inside wheel well area, you can see where we have the new pieces once again, and then the new firewall, and then the new inner panel, and then same thing on the passenger side. We have the new post there also, which is really common. And we come across, we have our new heater channel, and then we have substantial repairs that we've done to the back section. So we're looking at the rear quarter panel on the passenger side, and as we pan around to the rear, you can see the rear wheel well area, sections in there, and then where it comes across. So now we're onto the driver's side rear section where the back seat would be, and you can see there's substantial new metal repair work done there. And then as we come across, obviously you can see the back. So this is the driver's side rear. So quite a bit of work obviously been done there. But in our rear parcel shelf area, you can see where the metal is quite nice. We've done all the sandblasting previously, so it's all nice and clean with the exception of the roof. We did the roof by hand because we don't want to damage the sandblasting a little bit too harsh on the roof. Okay, so that's the back section. And then as we go to the driver's side quarter panel, you can see there's some remnants. We did a little bit of the two-part black epoxy in a couple of areas we had a little bit left in the gun there the one night, so we just sprayed it onto that area. You can see where we've cleaned all the quarter panel on the driver's side. We cut out the the rotted steel once again, and then we have the new steel in there. And as we come around to the rear wheel well section, you can see once again there's several areas there that we've cut out and welded new metal in, so it looks quite nice. And as you come around to the back, we've got another new section. I shouldn't say you can't tell at all, but you can tell. It would be hard to notice this section here where we basically cut the back end off and welded in the new pieces. And then once we've ground all the welds smooth, you can see there's going to be very little smoother or filler required to basically make that all really smooth to look like we've never been in there. So that's the driver's side rear wheel well. And then as we come around to the engine bay section, rear apron area, we'll just come up to the roof. You can see once again where we have all of the roof. There's quite a few little dings and dents that we'll be working on. We'll hammer and dolly work. It'll be much easier to see the imperfections in the roof once we apply this two-part black epoxy. As you can see here, part of the louver along the back, and then this top section here, that's our two-part black epoxy. And then we'll be applying black epoxy to the rest after this video. And then inside our engine bay area, you can see there's our driver's side intersection with all new German replacement panel. And then we've got a really nice rear firewall coming all the way across in really nice shape. And then here's our passenger rear engine bay area, and once again you can see all of the metalwork, all of the new steel that's been put in there. And then we have our rear apron. I'll just pan out a little bit here. You can see the rear apron. It's the high quality. They call it the H style because you can see where the striker is for the in the middle of the engine lid. That H style is a reproduction of the real thing for the oval Beetle. And as we come along, without boring you too much, same thing on the passenger side as we just examined on the driver's side. You can see all the new metal. Basically that whole rear section is all brand new. And as we come around to the support area and the back section of the wheel well, very common on Beetles, and we've got all that reconstructed and welded in nicely, and then the hole underneath is all done. And then as we come down to the passenger side, or around to the passenger side quarter panel, once again you can see we have everything sanded down to bare metal, and then we have all of our new steel put across there, and then we can see our heater channel coming down along the passenger side. As I mentioned earlier, the lower post, which is really, really important for structural support and for the doors so they don't sag later on. And then you've got the wheel wells we shared with you earlier. So it's coming along really, really well. So what we'll do now that we have the outside prepped, pardon me, is we'll get ready, and I'll be applying the black two-part epoxy. So we'll seal all of this bare metal and get things ready for the next stage. And then we'll also share with you the fender, because we're working on the original front fenders. So that'll be probably our next video we'll share with you. So this is the body for the oval Volkswagen Beetle, the oval rear window. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautoresto.com.